Rahman Rahim. You're watching Islam Newsroom, coming to you live from right here in Sydney, Australia. Ordinarily, we have something called Talk About It at this time. However, we have an ongoing situation right here in front of our own hotel. Across from the Pullman Hotel where we're at right now is the Ibis Hotel. Don't confuse that with Iblis. It's Ibis Hotel. And what's happening right here and now is that there is a gang-related shooting. Police are investigating. They've got some folks who are being arrested at the moment. And let's see if we can put that up for you and let you take a look at it. This is what's happening right outside our window. We didn't have to go to the news. It came to us. We're borrowing the picture from 9 News, which you can take a look for yourself and see what's going on. And if you look real close, I don't know if we can get this up. I'm going to try to, I'm not real skilled at all this stuff, as most of you already know, but I'm going to give it my best shot right now. Here we go. What I'm going to try to do is give you a little bit better shot of the ones that they have arrested, and they have them on the ground. There are 2 that I've seen out here. There's one that looks like they got 2 on the ground here, and I'm going to try to feature it in a way that you'll be able to see it. Yeah, here we go. Alright guys, take a look at this. Here we go. Now the one that you see there looks like he's laying on his front. His hands are cuffed behind his back. He's one of them. There's another one that I'm going to see if I can get that one for you now. I'm not skilled at this, but I'm managing to make it happen here. And we don't have any names or anything like that, but I think you can kind of get the feel for what's going on when I move it now. There we go. Let's take a look now and see what we got. There we go. They got another one right here. Now what was just happening outside the window, we saw the 9 News pull up. We saw Channel 10 pull in. We also saw the, what was the other number? We saw 3 different rigs pull in. Guys jumped out with their big cameras and run over there and try to catch what's going on. It is gang related as far as we can tell in the news that's coming out. And I'm going to try to give you some of that from the news feed that we're pulling right now. Let's see what we've got. Sister Kim is on the air with us right now. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Kim. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. How are you?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Sister, I wanted to mention that we see that there's a man in handcuffs, and he's up against the wall here at the Olympic Park, which is right across from us here in the Pullman Hotel where we are now. It's a police operation currently underway. It involves multiple search warrants that they've had all across Sydney. As the operation is ongoing, no further information available at the time, and this is a breaking story, so we're going to have more about this as it comes available while we're on the air. So I want to get everybody on the same page on that, and then we can also talk about what's going on in other areas right now. So, Salaam Alaikum, Sister, what do you have for us today?
I've got a lot for us today. Speaking of shootings, one that was reported as a shooting in the U.S. has turned out to be just a mass, and I shouldn't say just, but a mass attack. But you might not have heard that 11 people were injured, one critically, at a rampage at Ohio State University today.
Ohio State? Is that in Kent? No, that'd be Kent State, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be Kent State. This is in Columbus.
All right. Columbus, Ohio?
That's correct.
All right. Well, our engineer is there in Columbus. We can ask him when we take our break. We'll ask him to give us some update on that if he's got anything for us or not, and we'll kind of take that from there. And with that in mind, let's see how close we are to a break. We've got a couple minutes. We're going to be taking a break anyway. So let's do this. Let's set the tone for the programs that we've got in place for tonight, the topics that we have, so folks can call in and talk about it. Sister, what do you have? We yesterday, by the way, we spoke about the pipeline that's across the Dakotas and across the state of Iowa. We had Sister Aisha, I believe, with us yesterday, and she was giving us an update. We also were speaking on this the topic of some of the other things related to the political issues. Where do we want to go from here, Sister?
Well, last night we had also talked, once we got off the air, about some updates on attacks on Muslims that had been happening since Trump was elected. And so I've done some research on that. I've also got articles on how we're not alone in being upset about in our case, it's an incoming president, but in South Korea, they are having massive protests against their current president.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, you're right.
And so we have that to talk about. We've got the 10 most despicable stories that Breitbart published under Steve Bannon, if we want to talk about that. I've also got some very good news, some beautiful letters, and some other information about Muslims working with the community and community coming together for Muslims. So that as well.
I have that in that news. Where's that newspaper over here? Did you see the newspaper? There's a newspaper laying around here somewhere. Yeah. Let me just have that, and I'm gonna feature that right now. Here we go. Let me show you. This is the paper here. I'm going to read it to you right now. This is the Australian Muslim Times. Mosques open doors in order to embrace all. That's right there. And to give you a little update on that, this was back in October, but they are opening up on a regular basis now. The mosques that heretofore have been pretty much, this is where we worship, stay out. They're not doing that anymore. They're opening it up, and they had National Mosque Open Day here in Australia, and also they are talking about bringing in, of course, all faiths, and anybody want to come in and be with them on that day, but also there's a tendency now for a lot more opening of that. And by the way, I wanted to mention that I also had a call this morning from California. And in California, they were wanting to know if I would participate in an open mosque day there. And I said, absolutely, let's just book it. He was trying to give me the details. I said, I don't need the details, just book it. Just do it. I'm ready. And we're ready to go and help in any way we can. So I think we're about 15 seconds away from a break. We're going to take that break in 12 seconds from right now, and when we do, we're going to get some of the more news of the local, what's happening here, and we'll be right back with you guys, so stay right there and get guided with Guidance TV. Just how strong are you? Maybe you can lift weights. Maybe you can run a mile. But if you're not able to lift those covers up in the morning for Fajr, you're not very strong. No matter how strong you are, you're still considered weak if you can't lift your blanket to get up for the Fajr prayer. It is very critical that we present our views, regardless of what they may be, here to the public in America. Guidance TV is broadcasting all across the United States and Canada on our satellite, on antennas free to air in Columbus, Ohio, New York, New Jersey, Los Angeles, California, Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas, and Houston, Texas, as well as using the apps for the phone and the internet. All of that is made possible by viewers like you to join and support along with us for this effort, especially in this critical time. Just pick up your phone right now and send the word Islam, I-S-L-A-M, to the special phone number that we have, 41444. 41444. Send the word Islam. When you get the link back into your phone, click it and support. Sign up. Even if you just want to do $10 a month, $25 a month, $50 a month, whatever you want to do, but sign up and be a regular supporter and help us all get guided with Guide Us TV. You're watching Guide Us TV? Do we need Guide Us TV?
There is a critical need for Muslim media so that Muslims can define themselves, not to let others define them. I'm very glad and happy the Guidance TV. May Allah guide us and guide Guidance TV, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Guide Us TV.
I'm Yusuf Estes for Guide Us TV. Are you fed up with watching some of these commercial channels that are out there now? The information that's coming to us twisted or improper and things that we don't want our kids to watch. So that's why we have Guide Us TV. And we're broadcasting all over the United States, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, the Caribbean islands, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No commercial interruptions, no advertising, and no subscription rate. All of that to keep it free, to keep Islam out there in front of the people, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, enjoying and benefiting from these great shows. And our live programs coming to us on a regular basis from great scholars in the United States, Canada, and around the world, showing us, teaching us in the English language how to deal with the problems we all face every day from the Islamic perspective. That's what I'm talking about. So we all come away with a much better understanding and a way to deal with life's problems.
Get guided, get guided. Guide Us TV. Guide Us TV.
Welcome Sheikh Yusuf Estes and the newly converted Muslims.
MashaAllah. Newly converted Muslims. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Oh, I love this. And you can watch it anytime if you just get the apps, the free apps for iPhones, iPads, also the smartphones. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The smartphones and the Android phones, you'll be able to do it real easy, and it is free, and you can watch it anytime. Wa alaikum salam. We're about ready to give some more shahadas, and you can join us. You can also help donate. Donate online at guideus.tv. Yeah, guideus.tv/donate. Allahu Akbar. And you can be helping these people get to Islam too. Allahu Akbar. Allah gives the hidayah. He guides the people with Guide Us TV. We are back, and we've got a little bit of on what just happened in Columbus, Ohio. That's some community learned about at the moment, and they're telling us that to treat this with kid gloves. And of course, when you got a news story to tell, you got to tell the story. You can't hide anything. That's not our deal. But I do want to give a chance for some clarification, and we don't want to do like some news agencies where they jump out here and make conclusions, and then later on they don't pull the retraction back. All right, but I'll give you some images. Okay, yeah, it's at Ohio State University, and it's, let me tell you what's going on with that. I'm pulling some images so you guys can take a look at this right now. And let me see if I can pull that. There we go. Here's one shot. This is the car. What happened, they said that the car jumped the curb and went up into the area where the people were. That's this much we did get out of the story already. And then let me see if I can get you this next image up here. No, hold on. We're back. Yeah, this is the incident that's taking place over here in Australia. This is the incident back in Ohio. Let me see if I can pull this one up. Yeah, there's what I was looking for. This young man, I just saw him speaking on camera, and he was telling the people that he saw 3 or 4 students being hit by this car. The car evidently jumped the curb and lost control and was going, and some students were hit. Then an 18-year-old boy, a student there, he is a student, or was, he's dead now, but he was an 18-year-old Somali student, was at the wheel. And they said that this boy jumped out of the car and he moved toward the students or something like that, and then they said that he was killed by I guess by the police. That's what we have so far. Now again, we're going to have to tell you that, I'm sorry to tell you it this way, but all the news people are telling you the same thing basically, which is that we're not able to tell you something that's not there yet. And in Australia, they're really good about holding back until they got all the facts. So we looked out the window, and I can show you again what we saw. This is an image here that we actually were witness to, and see that people were down there with their cameras taking their shots. And along the way, let me see if I can get the other one up for you again. I'm going to try my best to do this. I think you push this one and then you go like this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think you'll be able to see this. I'm going to move the camera shot. There you go. All right. Now take a look. You see the man on the lower part of your screen. He's laying down evidently on his face. You can't see his face, but I can see the top of his head. And his arms are cuffed behind him. And this is gang related. And by the way, if you said this doesn't have anything to do with Muslims, we can hope that that's true, but you have to remember that there are many Muslims that live here in Australia. Many Muslims live here in Australia, and there are gangs here, and it could be. So don't rule that out, and don't say that it's, what's that word that they use? Conspiracy theory or something like that, because it could very possibly be. And we do have an issue a situation taking place in Ohio right now. While all of that's going on, while all of that's going on, here we are trying to tell people what's Islam. And I have to tell you like this, that just because people do something, that doesn't mean their religion taught them to do that. And if you said, yeah, some guys are saying the religion is this, and those kids are following them, let me assure you that that is no different than what happened during the Crusades, nor during the Inquisition. Now, if you want to look those two things up in your encyclopedia or at Sheikh Google online, you can find out for yourself that the famous Inquisition was a matter of torturing people if they wouldn't say God is three, the Trinity. And that meant they killed not only Muslims, of course, but also Jews and Christians who were Protestants. Those who, they weren't even Protestants at that stage. So we've got a caller. Let me take this caller. I'm going to take the caller now. Assalamu alaikum, caller. You're live. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah.
I just wanted to tell you everything has calmed down here about the shooter at OSU, and the suspect, they killed him, so we may never know why he did it. But I think they said he was 19 years old, but I know for sure they said he was a Somali youth.
A Somali youth. But what did happen? Okay, can you tell us anything about what happened?
That's all I've seen on the internet.
Okay.
And it's not time for the news on TV yet.
Yeah, all right. Well,
So that's what I have. Mainly I wanted you to know that we're safe and sound.
Oh, okay. Well, we do appreciate that. Do you have any idea of what transpired? What the news we got was that his car jumped the curb, hit some people, he jumped out, and he went over to the people. Now, that some said that he had a weapon or like a stick or a knife or something in his hand, and then he was shot and killed. That's what we heard. Is that what you've got so far?
Yes, but he did hurt people. There's 6 people in the hospital. 2 are in critical condition.
Okay.
That he wounded in some way.
Was it because he hit him with a car, do you know?
No, it didn't say. Well, they said shooting, so he probably shot them.
No, the shooting was the police officer shot the boy. Okay? Yeah, we got another caller. Let me take this caller too. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. All right, we've got another caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. Where are you calling from? It sounds like Ariella in Texas. Is that what you said? Your phone is breaking up really bad. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I'll try 9. Hold on.
If you have speakerphone on, you might want to... Okay, we lost the call. Let me see if we can switch back over here now. And, well, that looks like a picture of me. All right. Okay, well, let me try to get back to Sister Kim. How can I do that? There we go. Wow. We just got a whole lot of messages that just came in, guys. Tons of messages just came in. Sister, are you with us right now? I think we lost Sister Kim. Yeah, we did. All right, Sister Kimberly, we got you back on the air with us. Go ahead. Go ahead, say it again. Let me try again.
I got kicked off the phone, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well, I got another one. Let's try it. I'm going to try to take this one right now. Salam alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Ariella from Texas. Can you hear me now?
Perfectly. I don't know what you did different, but it's just clear as a bell. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, well, that's my regular phone line, but off of the satellite dish, that's probably what the problem was. Anyways, I was calling to let you know some positive news. There's a sister in the Austin area that she's making T-shirts for the non-Muslim friends saying that they support Muslims, and she sent me a shirt at no cost to, so I could also share it with other family members and show them. So that's a positive thing going around.
That's
And,
great. That's very great. Let me take this other call. I'll be right back. All right. Salam alaikum, caller in Kansas. Go ahead. You're live. You're on the air. No, Missouri. I'm sorry. It says Missouri.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah.
This is Samantha from Kansas City, Missouri.
Say your name again.
Samiha.
I'm having trouble hearing. Okay, but go ahead. We're live on the air. Go ahead.
I wanted to let you know what I got from the news about Ohio.
Okay.
It sounded like the news said that it was a young Somalian that went to college there.
Yes.
Grew up in the U.S.
Yep.
But they don't know why he did everything, but he ended up jumping the curb with his vehicle and hitting a few people. And then, what happened? And then he jumped out of his car with a butcher knife and cut a few people.
Is that what you got? You got more than we did then. Yeah. We did know that an eyewitness said that he did jump out of the car. That's as far as we get. And then said that they saw some things that happened there. But, okay, that's what you got up to this minute. And I want you to keep watching Guidance TV and help us get more news about this. We've had actually, we're about to make a big change come the 1st of December. We're going to make some changes. In January, we're going to have more changes. So we're looking for people who want to help us do the news every day in their area. So if you know anybody that wants to be responsible, anything happens in your state or area and you could check in with us, we'll put you on our volunteer list. Okay, sister?
Okay, thank you, brother.
Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Well, mashallah. Okay, that's what we got up till now. Let me share with you some of the stuff that just... I don't know if you can see this or not, okay? This is tons. We're talking tons and tons and tons of text messages that have come in. Let me just give you some ideas. Okay, sister's calling us. Let's take the call. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Wa alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah. It's great that you're so patient with us, and we keep going in and out and having different things happening, okay?
Yeah, it appears that what happens is when you get 2 calls, I get kicked off. But that's okay. I can just keep calling back.
Okay, we need to send you a bunch of quarters, right, for your phone?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I did have some other information on the Ohio attack.
All right, go ahead.
Which is fairly concerning, is apparently in recent months, federal officials have warned about extremist efforts to recruit people for knife and car attacks specifically.
Okay, hold on. I got another caller in Ohio. Let me grab this one real quick. Okay, caller, you're live. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Sheikh, Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you. Wonderful.
Very good, very good. Hey, how you doing? I got an echo on my phone. I apologize. I'm here in Columbus. I was down there this morning. This guy was some kind of nut job. He ran off the curb on purpose. And then he comes in with a big butcher knife, and there was like 9 people sent to the hospital. And the one police officer who was close by responded, told him to drop the knife, and the guy didn't do it. So that was the end of that, my friend. It's a tragedy. Nobody knows why this guy did this. Nobody knows.
All right. It has. We just heard from somebody. I was on the phone with another one who was calling us from, I think, Missouri, and was telling us that they had heard over the news that the police had been warning people about some extremists being told that they could attack people with their cars and knives. Do you know anything about that? Or is that something the news people are just having a...
No, sir. No, sir. There was nothing like that. What they do, they send out an email and a text to all the students and the people and the businesses around the area and tell them that there's a active, now it came out as an active shooter, but it was not an active shooter, obviously. The gentleman had a knife, and that was it. He did not have a gun, but he did go after the police officer after stabbing. He hit 2 or 3 people when he ran off the curb, but it was definitely intentional. Everybody here, Kim Jacobs, the chief of police, everybody, this was definitely intentional. Why this guy did it, nobody knows. Young man, who knows, man? Just, one of them crazy things.
Well, we're in Australia right this minute, and in 2 days we'll be there in California, following up on stories there, and then after that, the end of the month, we're supposed to be down in Texas. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that, we witnessed outside of our hotel window that the police were coming, and there was, it looked like some students here, is what it appeared, and it looked like they had grabbed at least 2 and had them on the ground and handcuffed, and the news people were all over the place, and we didn't want to go down there and get involved because, see, we're here, we could shoot the news from the window, but if I get down in the middle of it, I didn't want them to think that we're, trying to do something crazy.
Of course not, my friend. Of course not.
So we tried to shoot from the window, and with our cameras up here, but we were here to cover a conference. We weren't here trying to grab the latest news, the latest and greatest. We were just trying to do some stuff. Actually, it's a peace conference we were at, and I was like, oh my God. So yeah, but and this one is called gang related over here, but we don't have any details on it yet either. But we appreciate you calling and giving us that update. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. You have a good night, my friend.
All right. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. All right. So what did I do? Did I hang up? Sister, are you there? Kimberly?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. How about that? We got some folks right there on the scene giving us an update. And we're in Australia, but we have our friends, our Muslims that are there, or are there on the scene, and they told us what's really going on. That's great, isn't it?
That is wonderful, and I'm very happy to hear that the news was that I had about the extremists trying to tell people to attack with knives and cars. I'm happy that he was able to debunk that for the area at the very least. That, alhamdulillah, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah, us having, I want to share this with all of my viewers right now. We need you guys to do what you're doing. This is needed. Let's take another caller. We've got somebody right now calling us from Arlington, Texas. Assalamu alaikum. You're live. You're on the air. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're live. You're on the air. Go ahead. Yeah, we lost them. All right, in Arlington, Texas, your name didn't pop up, but your location did. Okay, Owen, if you were scared somebody's going to say your name, I never do that, all right, unless you tell me to. But you're welcome to call back in. I was just saying that all of you who are watching, all of our viewers, we have a responsibility. So if you see something going on, don't hesitate. Call our toll-free number and tell us what's happening, and we'll get it on the news, all right? And if you don't see our number on the screen, if it's not a live program going on, you can always get a hot lick right to us just like that. All you have to do is send a message. You can send it from your phone as an email. And if you know how to do that, send it to contact, CONTACT, @guideus.tv, and we will get somebody on it right away. That's 24 hours a day. You can report stuff. What we want to do is be sure that somebody doesn't add story to the story that's going on. The real story is that there's something going on in Australia and we don't know who's behind it or what. We've just heard it's gang related. It looks like some men have been arrested. They've been thrown on the ground, it looks like, and they have handcuffs on their back. Their hands are behind their back. That's what we know, and it's right outside our window. And by the way, I've got one brother here who's about ready to run over and look out there again and see what's going on. Yeah, and yeah, you got my permission. Go ahead. Don't worry. Be sure you take a key. You can get back in. All right. Wow. And then what's going on there in Ohio? We've had three updates. One over the phone, two on the phone, and one called us on another line and just told us what they had there. So that's what we've got from there. And this is good. This is what we've wanted for so long, is to be able to have our voice, our real voice, live on the air, bringing people together and in ways that we can help solve problems, even stop things before they start. So it's all good, guys. Sister Kimberly, what do you got for us now?
One thing that I wanted to share very badly was a beautiful letter that was received at the Islamic Cultural Center, the Masjid Al-Tabwa, which you will remember is the same masjid where you gave me my shahada.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They received a great letter that I would love to read to folks, just to show, especially in light of the Ohio attacker and stuff like that, not everybody is out to get the Muslims. It says, "My dear fellow Americans, in the wake of the tragedy of this presidential election, I am saddened, enraged, scared, and defeated. I honestly thought that our country had come farther than we had in the way of equality. The election has proven this not to be true. I thought long and hard about how I can continue to believe in humanity and that love, respect, and equality will prevail. I want to teach my children to respect and care about each and every individual on this planet, regardless of differences."
Perfect. I'm glad to. Oh, I'm sorry. We got another caller. Just hold that right there. We'll be right back. All right. Okay. We're calling from Columbus, Ohio. We've got an update here. Go ahead. You're live. You're on the air.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Yusuf State. This is Horsad calling you from Masjid Abu Bakr State.
Masjid Abu Bakr Siddiq. MashaAllah. You're there in Columbus, Ohio. Is that right?
Yes, I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio, the largest Islamic center, Masjid Abu Bakr Siddiq Islamic Center. I want to say Assalamu alaikum to all of you first and foremost.
Yes, Imam. Yes. We have Imam Horsid, who is there now in Columbus, Ohio. The biggest masjid there, I believe, is called the Abu Bakr Masjid, I believe. Abu Bakr Siddiq Masjid, a mosque. And what do you have for us on the developing story?
Well, it's been a long day, first of all. All day, the community was really very much terrified, and I spent my whole day calming them down. I invited all of the elders at the mosque, and I was explaining to them that nothing would happen to them. Things are not as bad as, the media would make them believe. I told them here, the aftermath of September 11, nothing happened to us. But, the media was coming all of their house, especially our neighbors, where you had all of the law enforcement, because apparently one of the suspects lived there, or maybe his address was there. So I had to calm these people down, and the law enforcement and the police blocked all of the area. And keep in mind, this is an immigrant community. Some of them have been here for just months, and they have heard some of the rhetoric of what we've heard during the election campaign, and now this is what they were witnessing. So it was really pretty much very different day for them. So I just finished talking to them, and I told them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in charge of this affair, and I told them to calm them down. And but it was really a very long day.
Okay, what do you have on the story itself? Do we know anything about the boy, about what happened, what really took place, or do you know?
Actually, most of the media, the question they were asking was, is he used to come to our mosque? And I told them that none of us remembers his face, none of us knows him. I showed the picture to all of our youth. They don't know him, the parents, all of the community. But again, I don't know, somehow the media was just interested in the mosque. They were just coming. So I told them, we had a congregation of more than 2,000 every Friday, the two later. So I don't know if he was someone who just came and prayed, but we don't know him. So we don't know him. But some people told us that he put some stuff in his social media status, some weird things. So I figured out that maybe that was the perfect time to that could be a sign that there was something wrong with him, and they should have identified that instead of waiting for him. But anyway, I want them for the conclusion. I think these are still under investigation, and we'll see where that investigation leads to. But that's all I can say right now.
Well, of course, I didn't expect you to go beyond whatever what you need to say, but definitely this is something that I think all of us are very concerned about what's going on there, and as we are in here in Australia as well. What's happening with the people, and I know we've got people trying to call in, but I wanted to give you a chance, Imam, to kind of bring us up to date on some of these things. I'm going to put a picture of you up here so people know who is talking, all right? Go ahead, Imam.
Yeah, so, even the CNN came to our mosque, the NPR, I just talked to NPR. The only question that they are interested in was the part of your Jama'ah, congregation. And I kept telling them, we don't know the guy, but still they insisted on saying that, well, some people told us that he used to come to this mosque. So I told them that I'm the director and I'm the one who gives the classes to the youth. We don't know him, we don't recognize him, none of the community knows him. So, but hopefully things will calm down tomorrow and day after tomorrow, but today it was really very hectic.
I imagine it was. Imam, I'm so glad that you took the time to call us and bring us up to date, because quite frankly, we wouldn't know if it weren't for brothers and sisters like you guys calling us and telling us what's going on. I really do appreciate that. And please tell everybody that we're making dua, we're praying for everybody there, and we're asking Allah to give us some clarification, and hopefully we'll be able to be influential in preventing further issues like this. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.
All right, we've got another caller on the line. Let's go ahead and take that caller right away. Caller, you're live. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Aisha from Des Moines.
Ah, Aisha. Well, what do you have from Des Moines? What's going on over in there?
I just posted a link into the chat, the comments on the Facebook under the video about an incident in Fort Dodge. Nothing much yet. The suspect is still large, so no motive determined. But my masjid has been receiving more cards and letters being dropped off or mailed, showing support, like just saying that we stand behind you. We like you add to the diversity of our city, and they like that, and they don't like all the hate mongering that's going on. So that's a basic message of all these cards and letters that have been coming into my masjid alone, and probably the same for the others in the area.
Well, I'm very glad to hear this good news. I wanted to mention that there were a number of issues that have come out where we've heard clearly that there was a hate message actually that came out. Just I wanted to see if I could pull it up, guys. Everybody be patient with me. I'm an old man trying to do a young man's job here. I don't know if I can find what I'm looking for. I'm taking this apart actually, one thing after the other. Oh boy. Yeah, because there are things that are developing out here one by one by one. It's important for us all to be together on this and try. Yeah, there's what I was looking for. This is exactly what I'm looking for right here. Let me see if I can pull it up and get it onto the screen for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Yep. And all right, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to put the phone down for a minute. I need at least 3 hands to do this, and I ran out of hands. Okay. let me put this one thing up real quick. If you can see this, I'm putting it on the air right now, sister. It'll take a minute before you actually see it there. These letters that have been coming in threatening a genocide against Muslims we're going to be over there, and we have been invited to come. Not only that, to come into the areas, the masajid there, and talk with those folks there, as well as the Christian community, as to what we need to know, what we need to do. So let me see if I can pull this up where you guys can see it a little bit better. I'm going to try my best to put that where you can see it. Let's see what this does. All right? Be patient with me. I'm working on it. There we go. Let's see what we can do with this. All right? All right. You gotta kind of look around the corner here. You see, take a look around. See it? Okay. This is what it says. It says, to the children of Satan, they're calling us the children of Satan. You Muslims are vile and filthy people. Your mothers are, I'm not going to say these words on the air, your fathers are something else. You are evil. You worship the devil, but your day of reckoning has arrived. There's a new sheriff in town, President Donald Trump. He's going to cleanse America and make it shine again. He's going to start with you Muslims. He's going to do to you Muslims what Hitler did to the Jews. You Muslims would be wise to pack your bags and get out of Dodge. This is a great time for patriotic Americans. Long live President Trump, and God bless the USA. Americans for a better way. That's the group that we've been hearing about. Let me get that off the screen. You don't need it up there now. But that is the actual handwriting of the person who they say is responsible for that. So, and they're looking right now to try to find out what they can about this issue and try to get things together. I wonder, Sister Aisha, did you know about this?
No, this is the first I've heard or seen this.
Yeah, well, it's been out for a while. That's been a couple of days, actually. And again, I'll put that up. The CAIR, C-A-I-R, the Council on American Islamic Relations, they had been very crystal clear that they are looking into this themselves, and they are working along with the FBI and other authorities in the area of California. The person you see pictured here, by the way, if you'd like to know, he is... his name is Hossam Elouche, and he is a supporter of Guidance TV. He's done several, we have him actually one of the promos, you'll see him talking why we need to have Guidance TV. So we'll probably be with him in the next few days when we get out there talking about this more in details. So I really encourage all of our viewers, whether you're Muslim or not, if you care anything at all about what's going on in the world, please stay in touch with us. Please let us know what's happening in your area, and don't be afraid to call us and talk to us. We trust me, we are not really worshipers of the devil. In fact, we know very much that the devil is behind all of these things, and we're working our best to try to put a stop to it. We'd like you to join us in putting our hands together, and along with myself. And also I'd like to mention Imam Horsid, who you just heard, who called us, and others. Now, on the air with us right this minute, we have our sister in Iowa, our sister Aisha. You're in Iowa or Missouri? Where are you?
Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah, I thought so. So, what's the latest that you've got going on there? Have you heard anything else?
Nothing bad. You know, the only time I actually myself hear anything bad is if someone actually says a comment, an offensive comment. Like the last one I heard, I was walking somewhere,
to or from a bus stop, and someone goes out the window, "You're in America," because I was, I'm wearing a hijab, and I wore the halfney cuffs when I'm outside, and
Okay.
so it's all that I'm not dressed like the other women. He probably hangs around with, but I just ignore it and say silent do, asking a lot of guidance.
I think that's the appropriate thing to do. My wife has experienced the same thing. One time we were in a store and somebody told her that you're in America now. You don't need to do that. You can go back where you came from or something like this. And she said, "Hey, I'm from Texas. What are you talking about? Where are you from?" And I had an occasion in the airplane not too far back that they actually made me get off the airplane because somebody else was afraid of the way I looked. But they let my sister, my daughter was wearing hijab, full hijab, and they didn't bother her. She was sitting across the aisle from me, and they told me I have to get off the plane. And my daughter's looking at me like, "Well, bye, Dad." And I said, "Get off the plane. You're not going anywhere." That was crazy, man. Alhamdulillah. So I want to encourage.
Well, it doesn't get any worse than that so far.
Well, I want to encourage the Muslims to be very careful not to antagonize the situation. We definitely have a problem going on here. We do. We're in America right now. Something about an incident in Fort Dodge. Who said something about that? Did you bring that up, sister?
Yeah, I did. It was just a report of a shooting that took place, but there is very little known about it, so no suspect yet, so obviously no motive. But that's the only thing of a violent nature that I heard of. Although one local brother here posted on his Facebook page that he's so scared that he's decided to shave his beard. And so I silently said a dua asking Allah to give him the strength to either keep it, don't shave it, or if he did, just to let it go back again. So
Well,
he
I think you're.
scared that's enough to do that.
I think that the men who are doing this are not really thinking it through, because actually I've seen more men with beards this year, not just Muslims, more men with beards than ever before. So, and now we've got another caller coming in from Texas. I'm going to grab that, sister, and hang in there, okay? Jazakallah khair. All right, you're live, you're on the air with us. I think this is Maryam again, Maryam Ariella. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, assalamu alaikum. I just want to quickly say I saw this in the news and I don't know when it got reported, because sometimes news can be recycled, but I think it was this school year. Have you heard of the teacher who was picking on the 5-year-old Muslim boy because of his religion, and she got the school kids to do it as well? And I don't know the full resource. I read that on an article, but if it is true, that's what I fear for my kids, because it's hard enough for them to be going to school as it is. And I just don't. If that article is true, I just don't think that the teacher was in the right, and they should have reprimanded her.
I think you're right.
Or done whatever.
We've got to take a quick break. We got to take a quick break. Stay right there. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this. And inshallah, we'll give you the conclusion of everything for tonight, and then what's going to be the subject for tomorrow night. Don't go away. Get guided with Guidance TV. We'll be right back.
When you feel all alone in this world,
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. My dear viewers, welcome to Guidance TV. And the reason why we are talking about Guidance TV today is because we need to give information from our perspective. This is the time for information, a world of information out there. But who gives the information? It comes from ourselves. And so Guidus TV is here to present to you the best information, the authentic information from our own Muslim brothers and sisters and scholars of Islam. And so we will ask you to join in. Every time you hear Guidus TV, please join in and be part of this wonderful program. Thank you.
Rahim, we are back. We are live. We've had so many calls come in tonight. I'm watching them just fall off as we try to take one after the other. I want to give you an update of what we have here. What the latest that we have is not much more than we started with. What's happening in Australia, at least 2 people, maybe more, and it's part of a major crackdown, not just here in the Olympic Park, but also around the city of Sydney. There's some gang-related problem, and we're not sure if it's involving physical violence, drugs, or what it is. We're going to try to give you as much about that as we can on islamnewsroom.com. That's where we're going to give you that. Also, what's going on in Ohio right now, where our base is over there, and we'll get more information from them. Along the way, we've also got Sister Kimberly, and I'm sure she has a few closing things she wants to remind us how important it is for us to use our voices now. Go ahead, Sister Kim.
It definitely is important for us to use our voices, and Jazakallah khair for everybody who's called in tonight. You've been absolutely wonderful about providing information to us, a lot of which we did not have. And this show, Talk About It, would not be what it is without you. Please keep up your phone calls in future nights, inshallah.
Well, thank you for that, Sister. I'm going to jump back over to Sister in Iowa right now. Sister in Aisha in Iowa, you are live. You're on the air with me for the last closing remarks. How important is it for us to have our voice as Muslims in America?
Extremely important. Like one of the promos said, if we don't do it, who will? So we have to do it. I am a proud supporter of it, even though I'm on a limited budget, so that's one way. Plus, just getting out in the community, doing things is one way I do it. So we get out into the community, interact with people, participate in community events, and the political life, or whatever, just to show people that we are not what the mainstream media says we are.
You got it. Thank you so much, Sister. I'm switching back over now to Sister Kimberly. A last remark from you, please. Whatever you got. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say really quickly, everyone keep an eye on those letters. We didn't get to say it on the air, but one was received in Georgia, the one that was threatening genocide. So pay attention at your mosques. Watch for these letters, and if you do receive one, contact the authorities.
Also, I want to be sure that we keep our calm nature. We don't need some of our brothers to go out here and try to be proactive and cause bigger problems. And winding it up, we say, get guided with Guidus TV.